அதுக்கு உண்மையில எனக்குமே 4வது தடவையோ 5வது தடவையோ போச்சு. இப்ப யூடியூப்ல அது வருதா நமக்கு பாருங்க. Go live. அதுக்கு உண்மையில எனக்குமே 4வது தடவையோ 5வது தடவையோ போச்சு. இப்ப யூடியூப்ல அது வருதா நமக்கு பாருங்க.
Good evening, ma'am.
Ma'am, good evening. Can you hear me?
Go live.
Yes, ma'am. It's audible.
Yeah.
Ma'am. Yeah, one second. Good evening to everyone. We extend a warm welcome to all participants of the 5th International Faculty Development Program on Data Analytics for Business Decision Making, organized by the Department of Commerce, Madurai. Good evening, ma'am. Subramanian College for Women. We are honored to welcome our esteemed resource person, Dr. Bhavani, Professor at Department of Computer Science and Engineering, yes, ma'am. It's Saveetha School of Engineering, Saveetha University, Chennai. Good evening to everyone.
Thank you, Saranya.
We extend a warm welcome to all participants of the 5th International Faculty Development Program on Data Analytics for Business Decision Making, organized by the Department of Commerce, Madurai. Good evening, ma'am. Subramanian College for Women.
Start, ma'am?
Yes, we are honored to welcome our esteemed resource person, Dr. Bhavani,
Thank you.
Professor at Department of Computer Science and Engineering, yes, ma'am. It's Saveetha School of Engineering, Saveetha University, Chennai. Good evening to everyone.
Thank you, Saranya.
We extend a warm welcome to all participants of the 5th International Faculty Development Program on Data Analytics for Business Decision Making, organized by the Department of Commerce, Madurai. Good evening, ma'am. Subramanian College for Women.
Start, ma'am?
Yes, we are honored to welcome our esteemed resource person, Dr. Bhavani,
Thank you.
Professor at Department of Computer Science and Engineering, yes, ma'am. It's Saveetha School of Engineering, Saveetha University, Chennai. Good evening to everyone.
Thank you,
We
Saranya.
extend a warm welcome to all participants of the 5th International Faculty Development Program on Data Analytics for Business Decision Making, organized by the Department of Commerce, Madurai. Good evening, ma'am. Subramanian College for Women.
In business.
Yes, we are honored to
So what
welcome
is
our
the data analytics is all about, and why do you want to go for this topic, and what is the what is the purpose of this one, and because of doing this data analytics, what is that we are going to gain? All those things we need to know before we start the session, and it's core concepts. So data analytics, from the name you can understand that there are voluminous of data existing in our in the real world. Every day data is getting accumulated day by day in with respect to various applications. Say if you take the medical applications, every day patients are taking doing their test in terms of blood pressure or blood sample collection. Out of that they get to know many of their parameters. Their vitals are every day is taken. And if you take coming to the MRI or some CT scan and all, every day images are generated every day by day. The amount of data that has been generated is very vast. So what is that we are going to understand out of those information? We have information with us, and it is keep growing each and every day. What is that we are going to do with that? How we can, if we process those information? So there is a small difference between data and information. Can anyone tell me what is the difference between data and information? Data is the say for example in a class I have around 40 students, and in that 40 students 10 students are oscillates, and remaining 30 students are day scholars. This is the data. So information is nothing but the processed data is called as information. So every day we have data. So from the data, what is that we are going to get? Some useful information we want, so that we can take a decision, business decision or any decision based on the data that exists in our with us. What we can, how we can proceed towards the next process. Okay, next, how we are going to process those data so that we can make some better decisions in future. Okay, that is what we are going to analyze. So data is enormous now. So how we are going to get the useful information from the data? That is the importance of data analytics. So you take the example, as I said, medical field, not only medical field. You take the student information or the weather monitoring, any kind of application. If you take, you have data. So with the data, what we can do, we can just simply see the rows and columns. So data set we talk about, where we have many rows and columns of data will be available. So we can, by just seeing the data, what is there any use that we can feel? No, we have to process the data so that we can get, okay, this is the trend, the data trend is like that, so we need to take the decision based on this trend. What is the decision that we are going to take, and how it is going to impact my business? Okay, how my decision on the data will impact on in my business, so that I can achieve better. So to do this, we are going for the data analysis. That is the main objective of data analytics. So let me share my screen so that I can share some more points. Hope my screen is visible to everyone. What is data analytics? So from this you can see, process of examining data sets to draw conclusions. So we are going to, as I said earlier, data set is nothing but we have a data available in the form of rows and columns. So assume an Excel sheet where you can see many rows and many columns. So all that will be filled in with some value. Some information will be there for each row and column. We have some information. So from that information, what is the conclusion that we are going to get? Helps in discovering useful information, patterns, and insights. So, what is the information that we get to know from the data, and what is the pattern? What is the trend of the data? Okay, and say for example, if you, take a, say for example, you have a retail shop. Okay, so in a retail shop, you say so around 500 to 600 customers are every day they're coming to for buying the products. So which are all the product that sold highest on that particular day, and which are all the product that are, suppose if they buy one product, and that will be associated closely with with respect to, with that the other product, maybe say for example they are buying milk. So along with the milk, they may go for buying coffee powder, or they may go for buying tea powder, or along with that, they may go for buying bread, biscuits, like that. So one product is closely associated with the other products. So I am going to take a statistics based on, see, my customer, say those customers, 500 to 600 people, which is the most, sold product for a particular day, and how it is impacting the other business. Say, for example, one product may impact the purchase of the other products. Okay, so like that, I can get information. What is the pattern of what is the behavior of the customer? What are the thing that he is trying to get? So from that, I can get an insight by understanding that, okay, these many customers on a particular day, maybe if it is a weekend, the purchase will be more, or it may decrease. It depends on the product which they are going to buy. Okay, so those things will be easily understandable by seeing the data. So we cannot straight away, by seeing, we cannot say, we have to process the information so that we'll get to know all these useful information. And it also supports in decision making and strategy building. So based on the trend and the pattern and the insights that we arrive from the data set, what we can do, we can take a decision. Yes, on a particular day, so this product is sold this much. but our stock is only this much. We need to improve on the stock. We need to work on the stock so that we can make this. We have to increase the particular product. And some product it is not showing that much thing, but our stock is more, and we need to reduce on that. So by seeing the trend of the customer behavior, we try to make the decision for our business, and based on that we can build the strategy. So this is what is data analytics is all about. So simply by having the raw data we cannot get any useful information. We need to process it, and we need to understand the pattern so that it'll impact our business. So main objective is that hope what is data analytics might be clear to everyone. I just use one example. The same thing applies to the other applications as well. What are the types of data analytics? It can be descriptive, it can be diagnostic, it can be predictive, or it can be prescriptive also. So, what is this descriptive is about? What has happened actually? So, descriptively, we come to know what has happened, and in diagnostic why it has happened. So something has happened, so why it has happened, that will be diagnostic. It comes under diagnostic analytics. Next come predictive analysis. Why, what is, I mean, in future what is likely to happen. You may, by seeing the situation and by seeing the scenario, you can predict something. Okay, this is going to happen next. So what is the prediction? What is likely? What is likely to happen? What is going to happen that you're going to predict? That is comes under predictive analytics. Next comes prescriptive analytics. So what is that we need to do? So since something has happened, so proactively we need to think what is that we are going to do so that we can avoid the situation. Or suppose that the trend is on a higher side. So what is the preparation that I need to do so that I can cope up with the requirements? So these are all the various types of data analysis: descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive. So the life cycle of the data analytics process. So first one is data discovery, then data preparation, model planning, model building, communicate results, operationalize. So what is that is data discovery? You need to get the data first. So you need to find the data. So you need to acquire the data, like what is the current situation, what is the current scenario, if what is the data that we get, and based on that we need to prepare the data, and for the data you need to build a model. What is the model that can be fit into the data so that the plan has been built and the model building will also happen. So based on that we need to communicate the results, and we make the process to operate. So what is the importance of data analytics? How important is our data analytics comes into real world? So it already we have seen, but still it improves the decision making process across all the sectors, and it reveals trends, patterns, and correlations. And it also drives innovation and competitive advantage. It supports automation as well as the AI integration. Where are the data analytics applications lies? So mainly healthcare, retail, finance, manufacturing. Healthcare la I mean, if you see the healthcare, you have patient care. Under that you have diagnosis prediction. So patient care in the sense people may be visiting some on a regular basis. People who are diabetic, they have to meet the a doctor every 3 months once. They need to do the regular checkup. Similarly, cancer patients. So like that, some in these people, these kind of patients will be the regular customer for the particular medical center. So the data will be based on the trend. The doctor will suggest. So last month, the previous month, the results, the test results were like this, and now it is come down, or it is maintained, or it is on the higher trend. So based on that, he will prescribe some medication. He might be changing the treatment, or he may be a prefer. I mean, he may be asking them to go for a new kind of test, so that to analyze the behavior of the disease, how worst, or uh, how aggravated the disease was. So to find out all those things, these data will be very very essential, so that the data and the customer, the the physician can give better suggestion by seeing the data trend in the case of the healthcare. Retail, again, I said, customer segmentation. Customer will be segmented. What do you mean by customer segmentation in the sense? So there are potential customers, the people who buy more, or the family may be big. So their purchase may be different, and the moderate people and very low category. So like that, they will, just for an example I'm telling. So these are all, this is what is called as customer segmentation. Customers are grouped under different categories, and they will be segmented: higher purchase people, and lower end, and moderate, or medium level, anything you can call it as. And demand forecasting. What do you mean by demand forecasting? Particular product as a demand. So evening time, if you look at particular time, till particular time, people will be looking for this milk. So after some time, after 6 or 5:30 or 6 o'clock, if you go, milk packets won't be available, because the demand will go down further after 5:30 or 6 o'clock. People, they buy even before, well in advance they buy, and they go for, they have something to prepare at home. They may go make coffee or tea, or the kids may be coming there, they need to prepare something based on with the help of milk. So after 5:30 or 6 o'clock, the demand for milk will reduce. So the stock, they have to, obviously they have to keep less. So like that, some product have some certain certain amount of time only, it has a demand. After that, it will decline. The business will decline. So like that, you need to see the demand. You need to forecast the demand. Which product has higher demand till what time. So based on that, they need to plan the business. Next comes finance. Finance, if you take fraud detection, so there are likely more, like more possibility in this fraud detection, and what are the risks associated with that. So to understand all these things, the data analytics plays a vital role in these things. Next comes manufacturing, predictive maintenance. So say for example, you are, you have design on machine, motor, or some engineer design, it is working. It requires a periodical maintenance. So every 1 month in a time, you need to do some kind of maintenance to the machine. If that is not done, then what will happen? The behavior or the output which we expect from the machine won't be desirable. It may give some weird results, and the quality will not be as expected by the during the design. So all these things have to be done. Predictive maintenance. For that also, you need to maintain the data, so that you will know when to do the maintenance and how to check the quality. So that the sustainability will be maintained. These are all the some of the applications. We can say a lot of things, but I've listed only few here: healthcare, retail, finance, manufacturing. Roles in data analytics. So there are three people who are involved in the data analytics process. One is the data analyst. So what he will do, he will process the data, creates reports. That is the job of data analyst. Next comes data scientist. He builds predictive models. So what will happen? Earlier we have seen, no, predictive data analyst. What will happen? So he will create model, he'll build a model, predictive model, and for that the necessary algorithms he will be building it. And next comes data engineer. The third role in data analytics thing is the data engineer, who manages the data pipelines and the infrastructure. He is responsible for the entire infrastructure. Okay, these are all the roles played by various various people in the data analytics part. So what are the modules? What are the major topics that comes under data analytics through towards businesses? So it's introduction. So types we have seen, and importance and application across all domains and roles. Next comes data collection and pre-processing. So data collection and pre-processing, like you should know about the type of data that you are going to take, whether it is structured, unstructured, or semi-structured, and collection methods, data collection methods. It can be through application program interfaces, web scraping, or survey, through which we collect the data And we have data cleaning techniques, missing values, duplicates, data type conversion. Next comes data transformation. You need to transform the data and feature engineering. Then after you convert the data, you need to understand the feature of the data, and for that we use some tools called Python, Excel, all those things. Next comes module 3, EDA and visualization. Um, Data analysis, it's a part of this one. Data, cleaning, pre-processing. It's a kind of pre-processing, and after you analyze, do the data processing, you need to visualize the data, how, what is the trend, all those things we need to see. Visualization techniques that are used here is histogram, plot, box plot, scatter plot, heat map, and time series, which will give you the the data, which how we can see the data, how it is used, how it has been scattered, all those things we can see. And here the tools that are mainly used for visualization is Matplotlib, Seaborn, Power BI, and Tableau. Here I am going to explain with the help of Matplotlib and Seaborn. Next model, we can see that statistical foundations for analytics, probability theory, descriptive. These are all the contents of this one, the prescribed modules coming under data analytics. But we are going to see the pre-processing part and the EDA part in our session. And probability theory, hypothesis testing, confidence intervals, all those things comes under this. And fifth model, if you see, predictive analysis using ML. So we need separate sessions for each and everything, the whatever that I have listed. I cannot rush up the entire thing, so I focus on one, this one, EDA part as well as data cleaning. Next, big data and cloud analytics. 7, it is market analytics, financial business applications. And 8, it's about the real projects. And the software tools that are mainly used for this one is Python R, BI tools, Tableau, Power BI, databases, SQL, MongoDB, big data tools, Hadoop, Spark, cloud platform, AWS, GCP, and Azure. So these are the suggested textbooks and references. Now we are going to see the exploratory data analysis for machine learning. EDA is nothing but exploratory data analysis. We are going to see how we are going to effectively analyze the data. So what are the techniques that are used? So here we use Python for implementing the EDA techniques. So what is EDA? So again, it is a kind of analyzing and visualizing the data sets to summarize their characteristics with graphical representations. So like how we had seen, no, data analytics. This is one kind of a process through which we are analyzing the data set. Data set, you all know that it will be like rows and columns. So you can assume an Excel sheet with 1000 into 800, which means I have 1000 rows into 800 columns. So in a Excel book, I have 1000 rows with 800 columns. This is one kind of data set. Similarly, there will be many rows and columns of you have the, this thing also. For a row you have a header, for a column you have a header. Say for example, I can say that I have in a class or in a college, in an institute, there are 1000 students. Details are kept, and for 1000 students you would have undergone some 8 semester. Each semester he had 6 theory and 3 practicals. So 8 into the 8 plus 3, it is 11. So per semester 11. So like that, how many semesters he had? 8 semester. So 8 into 11, 88. So 1000 into 88, which means 1000 students. So 1000 columns. So is semester 1 mark, semester 2, semester 3, semester 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So each semester he had some 11 courses. Each semester he has 11. So 11 into 8, 88 courses marks will be available. This is one kind of data set where which you can think as an example. Just you can visualize. So this is one data set. Similarly, I will give you another example. where the weather information about a particular country. So India, if you take, there are some different states. So each state, it will be in one column. On a particular day or particular timing also you can take, on that particular time, what is the condition, what is the temperature, what is the highest temperature and or lowest temperature, both you can have. So like that you will get for a particular day or particular week also you can take. So 7 days in a week, so number of states, so that many rows, and number of 7 into 7. So each day there will be the temperature will be plotted, the highest temperature as well as this is one kind of a data set. This is what is data set is about. Just an Excel sheet you remember, so that in that you'll have rows and column. Each cell will have some value. Next comes, I'll show one example for data set. Next comes the purpose of EDA. What is the purpose? Again, to gain some insights, useful information from the data, to detect anomalies. Anomalies means some error or noise may be available, may be present in the data. All the data may not be clean. So you need to process the data and you need to clean wherever it is required. Wherever it is possible, you can even normalize if those things will be done. Next comes test assumptions. Check data quality before applying machine learning algorithm. So you need to ensure the data quality before you apply some algorithms onto the data. So what are the goals of exploratory data analysis? So understanding the structure of the data, detecting missing values, identifying the outliers, understanding the feature relationships, prepare data for modeling. So you need to understand the structure of the data. Missing values in the sense some cells may not be having the value. The data won't be present in some of the in one row and column. Say for example, in a particular cell, the cell is called as a particular row. Say for example, I have 1000 into 88. My data is having 1000 into 88. Say for example, in my fifth row and in the seventh column, I don't have any data. Data is empty. So this is called the missing value. This is called the missing value. So that can be replaced by, you need to normalize that. You need to detect these missing values and you need to do the normalization of that. You have some normalization techniques as well. So what is that you're going to do? How you are going to make it useful? Then identifying the outliers. Some of the data may be it is not at all. Say for example, temperature, if I talk about, it can be from say 0 to 100 in Celsius. So Fahrenheit there will be some range. If the data is going out of range, that is called as outlier. So that also you need to normalize. And how to understand the relationship among the features. So what is that is feature suddenly they're talking about? Feature is nothing but the characteristics. I said in a student database, there are 1000 students in a college, and they have 8 semester. So there are 1000 students into 88 columns. 88 columns, because each semester they are undergoing 11 course. So 11 into 8 semester, it is 88. Okay. What is the feature relationship that you can see in that? Okay. How it has been related? Say for example, in semester 1, is aggregate maybe this one. In semester 2, is aggregate maybe, say for example, in semester only he got 75. Semesters 2 he is improved and has gone higher to 80. And semester 3 again he is performing, he has got some, say for example, he would have come down or he would have increased. Say for example, it is 76. So what is the relationship that you can find between three? So semester 1 you got 75, semester 2 it is 80, and semester 3 it is again it has come down to 76. So 75, 80 and 76. So there is an increasing trend from semester 1 to semester 2, but from semester 2 to semester 3 there is a decreasing downward trend, isn't it? So 75, 80 and 76. So the trend like that you need to, for an example I said the feature relationship. So any feature that you take, what is the relationship between the features? So each and every cell is called as a feature here. Okay. and prepare data for modeling so that we can understand. We have to train the model, and we need to do some kind of prediction from the model. So, what is the EDA process? How it goes? So, the first step is data collection, then data cleaning, data transformation, data visualization, and summary statistics. Statistical insights for decision making. Here, data visualization, you have many plots available. Data transformation, you do the feature engineering. So here, data cleaning, you will be doing the missing value. You will be handling the missing values, and you will be identifying some. In case of data cleaning, during data cleaning process, there is a possibility of getting duplicate data as well. Same data would be replicated across many cells. That also you need to handle. Okay. Then what are the tools that are supported by Python for EDA? Okay. So the what are the libraries with respect to Python? It is given Pandas, Matplotlib, Seaborn, SciPy, Plotly. So each has a purpose. Pandas, if you take for data manipulation, Matplotlib for statistical visualizations, and Seaborn for advanced statistical plots, and SciPy for statistical functions, and Plotly for interactive plots. So each tool has a purpose. So these are all some of the code. Let me go to Jupyter Notebook for further explaining my exploratory data analytics part. Any doubt up to this, or anyone has any doubt or any clarification? Am I going very fast? So you want to slow down further, or is that okay? Yes. Are you all here?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And is there any doubts or something like that? I'm monotonically speaking. That's why I just want some confirmation. Everything is fine now?
Yes, ma'am. It's good, ma'am.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you. I stopped my screen sharing. I'll do again. Yes. Sorry, I'm taking some time. It's stuck. Okay. So what are the contents that are coming under this EDA part? Okay, so first, data. We are saying no data set, data we are talking about how it will look like. Say for example, this is a table. Look, I mean, we call it as a table: name, gender, location, education level, age, employment status. So name, like you have Yogesh, Anita, Anisha, Tanul, and again for gender also you have some fields. So this is called as data. This is a simple data where we have four, including the label, it is four rows, and there are how many columns? Six columns. Six into four, you can say this. Okay. What are the types of data types that are supported by this? Is list. You have list, you have dictionary, you have string, integer, tuple. These are all goes too deep into Python. What is qualitative? Qualitative variable. It is a broad category for any variable that can be counted. It is can be nominal or ordinary variable. Quantitative is you have the count, no? Say for example, value, numerical value will be associated with a variable that comes under discrete. Can be discrete or it can be a ratio variable. Next, data measures, measure of central tendency. It can be mode, median, or mean. Okay, this is a formula that they use. And measure of dispersion, central point of the data set where dispersion or variability describe the spread of the data to see how the data is being spread. Say for example, the values of, say for example, if we take the student mark in a particular course, say course 1, yes, the in a class of students, the marks range from 35 to 95 or 33 to 93. So the least mark is 33, and the highest mark is 93, which means that the data has been spread from 33 to 93. That's how it has been spread. Okay, in between you have many things. So someone would have got 40, some would have got 45, someone would have got 52, 60, 70, 75, something. The range will be from this to this. So that is what they call it as spread of the data. So measure of dispersion may include standard deviation, range, kurtosis, and skewness. Okay, these and all we'll be seeing in Python. This one. Just go through this 5 number theory, where it is used to help the center, spread, and shape of data. The five summary statistics are all followed. One is minimum, quarter one, quarter two, and maximum. Then shape of the data is measured by skewness. Then we have plots, visualization. Like we have plots, box plot to check the presence of outliers. Okay, so we have our data is expected to be in a range. If the data is going out of boundary, which can be easily found by, easily observed by the box plot. Next comes covariance and coefficient of correlation. So how to use the libraries in the Python? So NumPy, as I said, is for manipulating the data. Pandas and Matplotlib for the visualization part. So import the data set. So how to import the data set? So admission underscore predict.csv. It is a CSV file. CSV meaning for CSV is comma separated values. So it is that's why it is called as CSV. So admission predict is the data set name, wherein you have multiple rows and multiple columns of data. So this data is with respect to the admission prediction. Okay, for a particular course or a particular institute. So wherein you have the data will be in the terms of rows and columns. I'll show you one demo. In Kaggle, there are a lot of data sets that are available. Let me show you one data set so that you will get to know the idea of data sets. So it'll be like this. They have shown only the first 10 entries. See, pregnancies, glucose, blood pressure, skin thickness, insulin, BMI, diabetes, age, outcome. So the data sets will be looking like it is a smaller one. So this can be extended to multiple rows and multiple columns. So each of these values, no, this is called as a cell. This is one feature. In other words, they can also call it as one feature. So in the zeroth record, BP is 72. And for first record, it is 66. So this is one feature. This glucose level is 148. This is one feature. Pregnancy 6 is one feature. And here skin thickness is 0. This is one feature. And diabetes pedigree function is 2.288 is one feature. Okay. So this how our data set will look like, but we have more number of rows and more number of columns. So this is a simpler version. So we have many rows and many columns. So here the admission predict CSV is one kind of a data set where we have the data with respect to the admission prediction. So in that, what are the columns that you have is serial number, GRE score, TOEFL score, university rating, SOP, LOR, CGPA, research, and chance of admit. Okay. How to import the data set into the Python? So data set is available. Okay, that I want to import into the Python IDE. So how can I do that is I have to use this function pd.readcsv. So pd already I imported this library pandas. So using this library I am importing this admission predict.csv. I am reading. In other words, I am just bringing this data onto my Python environment. That is what it is. And then I'm giving data.head. So what is the data? In the data only you will have this data set. Data will have the admission predict.csv data set. All the information will be transferred to data now. And data.head, if you put, what will happen is it will give you the first 5 rows. The value of the first 5 rows will be displayed. That is what it is. From 0 they started 0, 1, 0th record, first record, second record, third record, and fourth record. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 5 records are displayed along with a label. This is nothing but the label. Okay. Next comes how to check the dimension. So the data is so big, I may not be knowing. I cannot scroll down or I cannot open and see how many rows are there, how many columns are there, how big is my data set. Simply I want to check. What I can do is I can give the data set has been imported to the variable data. So using that I am going to give dot shape. Data dot shape, if I give, I will be getting the information. So what is 400? Number of rows is 400 and number of columns is 9. 9 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes. There are 9 columns and 400 records. So I have 400 records with 9 columns. So that's why 400 into 9 they have written like this. Number of rows is 400, number of columns is 9. Okay, that's what. So rows and 9 attributes or columns. Columns can also be called as attributes. What do you mean by an attribute? Attribute describes the characteristics or the properties. Okay, attributes, or in other words, we can also call it as characteristics or properties. Check the information about the data and the data types of each and every attribute. So there are 9 attributes here in this data set. In the admission underscore predict.csv, you have 9 attributes. Serial number is one attribute, GRE score is another attribute, TOEFL score is another attribute, university rating is another attribute, SOP, LOR, CGPA, research, chance of admit. These are all the 9 attributes that are present, and we are interested in knowing the data type of each and every attribute. So what are they? That's what. Using data.info, using this function, I can retrieve the data type of each and every attribute that are present in my data set. So there is a column called the attribute called serial number, GRE score, TOEFL score, university rating, SOP, LOR, CGPA, research, chance of admit, data. I mean, these are all the things. So each one has a kind of data type. So the data may not be, see, look at the data where the data, some are the whole numbers, some are decimal. Okay. So these are all categorized as integer. These are all integer. Again, here if you come, SOP, LOR, CGPR, the is having the decimal value. So here chance of admit also decimal value. So those are all categorized under floating point. The remaining are all categorized as integer. Int 64 is the specification in terms of Python. So Python we call it integer as int 64, and floating point we call it as float 64. Okay. So that's how they characterize the attributes, the data type order attributes they've characterized like this. Next comes EDA descriptive statistics, mean. How to find the mean, mode, and median. We have already seen this, no? So how to find the mean? You need not have to add each and thing. See, this 400 into 9, isn't it? So 400 into 9 rows and 400 rows and 9 columns are there. So for each one, if you take the mean, if you compute, what will happen? You have to set the formula and you need to see how many things. Manually, if you do, it takes a lot of time. When the rows and columns increases, so it will definitely take lot of time, and we are not sure that the information that we get is right or not. So on a one go, on a one shot, what we do is data dot mean. If you use this function, I'll be getting the mean of each and every, for each and every attribute I'll be getting the mean value. See, I've just given data dot mean, and I'm also asking the to print the data information. This will find the data. Data dot mean will compute the data mean value. It will compute for each and every attribute. Attribute in the sense these are all the attributes. Serial number is one attribute. GRE score is another attribute. TOEFL score, university ranking, SOP, LOR, CGPA, research, chance of admit. All are numerical values. So I can easily find out the mean value. If it is any string value or character that is involved in this, I cannot find the mean. I cannot calculate the mean value. So here what we do, we just give only one shot data dot mean I am giving. So this function will individually print all the mean value, serial number, GRE score, TOEFL score, university rating, SOP, LOR, CGPA, research, chance of admit. For each and every attribute, it has nicely gave the result on a one click, one shotly you are getting. So how is that the values are getting? See, from after typing in the anaconda, you have to give an enter. So the result will be coming. You have to give run for each and everything. Next, finding mode. What is mode? So to find the same frequency, say for example here, data GRE score. If for any one attribute I am taking, I am considering, I am not doing it for all the thing. I am taking only one attribute, and then for that I am going to find the mode. So here I have taken GRE score, and 0 is two values with some frequency. 0 is appearing 312 times, and 1 is appearing 324 times. And then comes median value of the data. Median can be found using data.median. So for everything, all that, for all the 9 attributes, it is showing it is printing the median value. Next comes quantile. Quantile 2 for 25%, quantile 50%, and quantile 75%. Here the function that I use is data.quantile. Within bracket I am giving the value q value as 0.25. Since it is 25%. So prints the value below 25% of the data lies. So below 25%, what are the data that are lying? So that will be found in this. Okay. And similarly for 50, data.quantile, within bracket you need to give q is equal to 0.50. Similarly for 75%, it is q is equal to 0.75. And plotting the summary, mean, mode, median using histogram. How to plot the summary mean, mode as well as median for the using the histogram. So this is the function that they use. So data GRE score, they have taken only one parameter and for which they are finding mean, median, mode. GRE score, mean, median and mode. And the printing the value also. See this GRE score. So there are lines you can see where you have mean, thin line, and you have median, this blue line, and this red line. See like this. One is orange, the other one is pink. So mode 1 and mode 2. So all these things will be displayed here. Next, check the data describe. What it will give? It will give you the 5-number summary. 5-number summary la what and all we had seen. We had seen standard deviation, mean, count, minimum, and 25%, 70%, 75% max value. So all these data. So I have a data. There is data set with n number of rows and columns. I want to know about the description of the data set. So what would be the overall parameter, overall information about my data set? So I cannot be monitoring each and every cell and I can come to a conclusion. Rather, I want to know the entire, I have a big data set out of which I want to infer something. I want to get some useful information. For this, what I do is data describe is the function which gives the 5-number summary of the data. Summary of the data it is giving using the data describe. So what are the things that you're getting on a one shot? You're just simply giving data.describe, which gives you the count. So serial number la how many count? What is the total count that you have? Mean la what is the mean of the attribute? What is the standard deviation? What is the minimum value? What is the maximum value? What is 25%? Less than 25%? What is quartile? 50%, what is quartile, 70%, all these, the entire information is given. So you know the overall summary about your data set without even manually visualizing or going through the data one at a time and seeing which data lies where, what is the thing. Manually, if you do this process, it takes much time. So on a one click, what we are doing, we are simplifying the process so that we get to know we can understand how the data is looking like. So this one function data.describe will give you the summary of your data. That is the CSV file data set. Then IQR value for this thing, understanding summary. This one box plot we'll see. Creating box plot for column. Box plot I said it is for to find out the outliers. Okay. So here they have used TOEFL score, that attribute they are taking. TOEFL score is the attribute that they are taking, and they are finding the first quartile, second quartile, third quartile, and median value. And they are plotting. This is the function that they use. Box plot, column is equal to TOEFL 4. Return type is axis, and the size of the figure is 8,8. So for each thing, for third quartile, for median, first quartile, and min, max, IQR, everything, they are plotting it. So this is the blocks plot. Okay. Then check the measures of dispersion. So they use data.quantile for both this one 0.75 and as well as for 0.25. Then comes range. So data max minus data min. For each one, they found the range. And variance, data.variance is used to find the variance. Next comes standard deviation, data.std. And check covariance and correlation. So data.covariance is data.cov gives the covariance for each and every this thing. attribute, and correlation data.corr. So for this and all, you need to apply the formula and see how the values are getting. So it is very easily, on a one click we are getting the data very easily. Then pair plot for checking the correlation. To find the correlation between two attributes, we have something called pair plot. So using this Cbon is used for that. Cbon is the tool that we are using under Python. So SNS dot pair plot. So where we give the kind as register data for each and everything that is showing. See, for example, this may the font size is very low. Wait. So here, if you see, this is SOP. This is university by ranking, TOEFL score. I cannot do the other process. Like that. They have plotted for everything. They plotted for everything. So from that they understand that this is the insight they are derived. Here we can see the TOEFL, GRE, and CGPA scores highly correlate with the chance of admission. All of the attributes have good correlation with the chance of admission. Apart from the target variable, there is fair amount of correlation amongst the other variable. So after plotting the, correlation, after checking the correlation, this is the insight they derive from the information. Okay. Next comes heat map for checking. So how it is correlated, how the data are correlated, how the attributes are correlated, what is the correlation value. That also is one. This is called as heat map. So this is the function that they use for that one. So from that we can inform that TOEFL score has the highest positive correlation with respect to all the other variables. Then finding the skewness, histogram for checking this to skewness, all those things are given. So there are a lot of things to explain, but the time is very limited again. Saranya ma'am has to think over. I'll stop sharing.
No,
I don't find time. That's what I find it very. It went just like the 10 minutes. Like I felt like I explained, but there are a lot of things to explain and explore. If you can arrange any offline FTP, also fine, ma'am. So
sure,
that
ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
that satisfaction will be there. It's like some just like that. It went like I feel.
Yeah.
Audience, any other questions or anything that you would like to know from me? Any
Dear
suggestions?
faculties, any suggestions or any queries?
Queries and suggestions are welcome. Absolute silence.
Faculties, any queries and suggestions, please.
Suggestions also, if you want, you can ping me. I share my number with you all. So this is my. If you hesitate to speak in front of others, you can even text me. So this is my WhatsApp number. Please take this. In future, anything you want to know, please get in touch with me.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Saranya
ma'am.
ma'am, anything would you like to add?
Yes, ma'am. Wait a minute. Comments. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Prabhavati ma'am has given wonderful session. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yeah, okay. Thank you, ma'am. And thank you for delivering an insightful and thought-provoking session, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
And thank you, ma'am. Thank you so
Yes,
much,
ma'am.
ma'am.
As I said, if anything is coming like offline, I'm ready to
Sure, ma'am. Sure, ma'am.
continue with this.
Yeah, okay.
Thank you so
Thank
much,
you,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank you,
audience.
ma'am. Thank you once again. Thank you, participants.